When it's time to tackle the tough stuff, do you believe you're equipped for the job? Or does a little voice in your head try to dissuade you with whispered words of doubt and fear? Let's explore being equipped in today's Points to Ponder, and watch to the end to hear about my new project. Hello, I'm your Christian coach, Jo Heather Dodson. I glanced out my window this weekend and I happened to notice a woodpecker on a tree. It was a yucky morning with near freezing rain, and there he was, pecking away at a tree, getting his food without a care of the weather. It really struck me. My first thought was that poor bird having to forage for food in weather like this, but immediately I realized that God had equipped the bird for his circumstances. It made me think about the feeling of being equipped and the awareness of being equipped. How can you remind yourself that you are equipped for the circumstances of your life? Number 1, believe what Scripture has to say. In 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 16 and 17, we're reminded that God inspired Scripture so that the people of God may be competent, equipped for every good work. What I'm reading says that God gives you the skills you need to do the hands and feet work He calls you to do. When you feel doubt about your ability to move forward in a calling from the Lord, how can this scripture bring you a sense of certainty? Number 2, know where your competence comes from. I know you've met people who exude self-confidence, and you may be thinking you want to emulate their pattern of life. But instead of focusing on yourself and what you can do in your own strength, what if you focused on where your abilities came from? I invite you to read 2 Corinthians 3:5, which says clearly that our competence comes from God. How does that truth encourage you? Number 3, you have what you need. Reading in Hebrews 13:20 and 22, I see that peace is a part of my feeling equipped. It says here that the God of peace equips you with everything good to do His will. How can you rest in the fact that God is providing all you need for doing His will? My thoughts go back to that woodpecker pecking away. He didn't appear distracted by the rain falling around him or the coldness of the air. He was fully equipped by God. Meditate on what that means to you this week. I'm excited to announce that I'm launching a new podcast called Love and Encouragement to Live By with my co-host, Christian author T.S. Thompson. You can find out more about it at loveandencouragement.com. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next Tuesday as we chat more about Points to Ponder.